Hey guys, it's Kate from Purely Paperless, and I'm here today to show you a couple of the ways that Evernote can help to make your life just a little bit easier in the classroom. So I'm here in my Evernote account, and you can see that I have it opened up so that I can view notebooks. You can also view the notebooks in list form. I tend to prefer this way just because of the way that my brain works. And so I wanted to show you some of the things that Evernote can do. And so the first one, when you organize your notebooks, I like to think of it in terms of kind of whole group management, whole group snapshots versus, a single student individuals. Now, to protect the privacy of my kiddos, this is kind of student work from years past and also not their real names. So if you take a peek here, I'm going to open up my sample classroom notebook. And I want to look, I have some instructional tools, and I haven't populated that for the purpose of this video, but typically I'll keep like Common Core checklists, just instructional checklists, pacing guides, things like that in here to help me as I'm planning. And down here is my third quarter checklist. Now, due to the screen resolution, it looks a little weird right now, but if you open it up, you can see that I have a checklist for each week for third quarter. And this particular one is on whether or not the child has taken an AR quiz. That way I can look and go, oh, you know what, gosh, it's been like 3 weeks. I need to maybe shoot their parents an email or touch base with that kiddo. Maybe they're reading a really long book. Maybe they're shirking their duties. I need to see what's going on there. I also use this like for spelling test progress. I have one. I use this for returns, items to school, just so that I have a really good picture of, are they returning things to school? Are they getting things done? And it saves me from having to, keep a grade book necessarily just for these kinds of checklists. I can do it from my phone, I can do it from my iPad, I can do it from my computer, and I can access that information no matter where I am. I also like to use this like high frequency word lists. I like to see the words that I've introduced. I can just check them off here. Again, this is just a sample one, but I like to keep track. Oh, yep, I've done that and done that. And then when I go to make my plans, I can take a peek and say, okay, gosh, I need to introduce these 5 words because my kids are still not spelling could or through correctly. So I'm going to concentrate on those words this week. The other thing that I think is really powerful is the ability to save student work samples. And I will tell you that it is report card time for me. And I've been pretty vigilant about trying to be paperless. I haven't gotten to like full integration yet, but even still, I have bags of stuff and files and folders and a rolling box of things, and how powerful if you were able to access all of that information online. So again, these are students that I do not have, but just samples. What if you were able to view a sample of their writing and you were able to see the notes that you made? And parents were able to see it because you sent it home instead of keeping it in a file in your desk. Pre-assessments. I like to take a peek here, save these, just a picture. It's not super high quality. I'm not using it for anything other than my reference, and just to have it in case there's ever a question and it can't be found. I can put kind of observations about their work, instructional focus information. The other cool thing that you can do with Evernote is something that I'm going to show you at a later time that I learned from an amazing educator online, keeping anecdotal records of reading observations. So, for instance, you take a down day in guided reading and you pull kids and just talk to them about what they're doing in their independent reading. And what if your notes could look like this instead of what my notes typically and used to look like, 85 sticky notes stuck to 10 different pages that when you sit down and try and consolidate it, it's really hard to get a good picture. The other powerful thing is you can save writing or reading samples from your kiddos that are audio. So again, if I click this here, students want a reading sample, you could use this to go ahead and add a sample of the student fluency. You could even import copies of the running record that you did along with this observation to help keep your assessment up to date and accurate. So, how powerful to have an observation, notes, teaching strategies, where to go from here, observations, as well as a sample of the reading that you saw. Also, to be able to view a running record that you've done on your iPad, it's paperless, notes that you made, an actual running record of their information. And I'm going to show you some tools that you can use to help create and then save these kinds of pieces of information about your kiddos in Evernote so that when you sit down to do report cards, you don't have to bring home 20 files from 20 different kids. So just a peek at where we're headed at this blog, and just one part of what we'll be talking about this at this blog. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll talk soon.